It wasn't last week, sorry. Last class, right? We talked about the session of data analysis. Sorry, I will be a bit fast. I know the recording is not yet available, so I'll be a bit fast. Uh, okay, so sorry for the interruption. Okay, the last class I explained about the processes of data analysis. I said the first thing obviously will be generating your data. Then the next one will be cleaning or transformation of data. I explained how data can be dirty, and we did a little bit of information transformation. I told us that we have two different type of transformation. We have the one we can do using our normal tab here. We have different functions here. We have different tabs here also. We have the home tab, insert tab, we have the page layout, we have the formulas, data. We have all these tabs. Then I also told us that we may not initially have this developer part. Okay, no, 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 sorry. I think I'm messing it up. It's not this class. I'm so sorry. Um, and we talked about how to use some of these functions, some of these functions here to do data cleaning. And I also introduced also an extension of Excel, which is called Power Query. Power Query is an extension of Excel, which is used for data transformation. So I also talked about that, and we saw how to do that kind of thing. So it was very interesting, and we did generating your data and transformation of data. So we actually tried analyzing our data sets, and you can see it here, analysis. I told us analysis is the third process of data analysis. So it is a step-by-step thing. When you are done with when you are done in generating or importing your data set into your analytics tool, you have to transform it, make it ready, prepare it, make it ready for analysis. Then the next one, or the crux of data analysis, is that you analyzing the data, getting decision from your data sets, right? Please, can someone type it on the group that we have started in case someone is waiting? Maybe we are using African time or something. Okay, let's continue. So analysis, the third process is the crux of data analysis. You want to make decision from your data set, and we have different type of analysis. We have the prescriptive analysis from the word prescribe. That means you are trying to prescribe a solution. Maybe you are trying to prefer a solution to a particular problem. That's one. That's a type of analysis. Also, we have exploratory analysis, right? We have exploratory analysis. From the word exploratory analysis, it means that you're exploring. Let's just say I'm giving a data set, then I'm just exploring. You can this one now, this data set. I downloaded it from Kaggle. If you were here with us from the first class, you will know I will get this data set. I downloaded it from the Kaggle. I don't have a specific question I'm trying to ask this. I'm just exploring this data set. So what we are doing in this data set is what we call explorative data set. Sorry, explorative data analysis. That's the type of analysis. Also, I said prescriptive. I said exploratory. We also have one predictive. So predictive is more like we are forecasting an event, a future event, specifically. From the word predicting, you are using your past data to predict the future. Actually, if you are using the normal tools, maybe like Power BI, Excel, you may not effectively predict a data set. You need Python, but then you can use Excel to predict a data set. Also, we have I have descriptive data analysis. Also, from the word descriptive, you are just describing the event using data analysis skill. So we don't need to explicitly explain all these types of data sets. One thing about data analysis is you just need to keep refining your data set to know, okay, these are the question, and this is how to answer it. You just need to keep refining it. Okay, if it is prescriptive, if it is descriptive, let me just tell you the add to it. You may eventually, maybe when you are applying your data analysis skill, you may eventually work in um healthcare, where all they need is just descriptive data sets. And let's say you've been working on exploratory, predictive, all those kind of data analysis. The knowledge is transferable. You can easily adapt when you know, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, this is the answer I'm trying to answer. Sorry, these are the questions I'm trying to answer. So you already know how to tailor down your analytics skill. And it is very easy. You don't need to say, okay, because you have different type of analysis, you have to learn in different way. And we don't have enough time, right? So we just have to continue. So now let me just run us through how we got here. So after we clean the data set, so this is the raw data set actually. So we made it clean. This was what we got after we let me just okay. These are what we got after we cleaned it, right, in Power Query. So the third process is analysis. So analysis, when you go to your insert tab, you can see something like pivot table. Pivot table is just a table that is used to summarize your data set. So you can see here, so this is what we got Okay, so pivot table is just a table to summarize our data set. So we can see this is a table here. So let's just do it again. So this is our clean data set. Let's agree that these are our clean data set. The video will drop tonight in case you were wondering how we clean the data set. So the video will drop tonight, inshallah. So we can see you just need to go to your insert tab, click on any cell here, go to insert tab, and then
I
go.
can't.
So what do you say? Oh God, is it my network? Can anyone see my screen or hear my voice? Am I audible? Can
Yes,
someone
sir.
confirm that?
Yes, going.
Okay, so you just when you click on this insert tab, you want to click on this pivot table. Then you can see, because I've converted this to table before, so you just want to click on from table or range. So it is asking you what table. You can see clean data, because this is actually clean data set here. So we can see clean data here. It is now asking you where do you want your pivot table to be. That is, where do you want pivot table is just analysis. That's the third processes or process of what data analysis. So because I already have an analysis sheet. I also want it to be in that sheet. You understand? I don't want to be in a separate sheet, because I already have analysis here. So in case you want it to be in a new sheet, you can just click on this one. Always remember to click to check this box. So it is very important. So I can just click on new worksheet, then click on OK. That is if I don't have any analysis worksheet. But now, because I have an existing worksheet for analysis, so you just want to click on this one. So it is now asking you what's the location. So you just press this box here, right? So you can just click on analysis here. Can you see analysis? Then maybe I just want to do this one. Then click on this drop down arrow. Then click on OK. Then we can actually click on OK. Okay. I think it's loading. So if I actually drag my box here, okay, can we see? We have a pivot table here. So pivot table, as I've explained earlier, why is it hanging? Oh God. Okay. Pivot table, as I've explained earlier, is just a table used to summarize our values, right? So now let's look at this data set. In case you were not here yesterday and the day we started, um, let's look at this data set, the clean data set here. So we have education. This is just an exploratory data set. We are trying to know how many people how many. This is a bank data set, right? So we want to know, okay, who are our customer, who make the most percentage of our what's the profession of the most of our customers. So that's what we are trying to know. Remember, we can only know their job, or sorry, let's say education level here. So you can only know their education level from this education, right? So because you can just scroll down here, you can see we have different type of, we have all the what do you call it, all the column header here. So you just want to click on education, which is the first one. So what's the first thing? Let me check that out. What's the first thing? I want to give it a value. I want to know how many how many people are graduates, how many people are undergraduates, stuff like that. So because I want to give it a value, you have to drag this one to the value, right? So now this is just what 1003. I don't know how many people are graduates. I don't know how many people are undergraduate. I don't know how many people are illiterate. I mean, stuff like that. So because I want to separate it into different rows. So you can actually drag this one also, this education, into rows, right? You can drag it into row, and you can see something like this: basic 4Y, that is primary school. You can see people 4,176 went to primary school, and currently the people are our customer. So we have 6 years, which is, sorry, 4 years is nursery school, 6 years is, what am I saying? Kindergarten. What do you call it? Kindergarten. Let me say pre-nursery. I think that's better. Pre-nursery is basic 4 years, then 6 years is nursery school, then 9 years is primary school, high school is secondary school, I believe. So we can see a lot of people that are in primary school graduates, high school graduates, and university graduates are our, what do you call it? Are our makes the crux of our customer. So you want to, in case I want to target my advertisement now, I already know that this is it, I've already arranged it here. So I already know I have a lot of university degree holder followed by high school. So if I'm doing an advertisement, it will be tailored down to these people, because they are most likely trying, they are most likely be the people that will make a big investment in my company. That's number one. So if I'm trying to do a promotion advertisement, I already know I already have all these people. So my I will you can see we have 4 years, 6 years, and illiterate here. And those are the people that make the list of my customer. I will try to bring a relatable content that even if you are illiterate, you can understand what I'm trying to pass. You can see literate are just 18 people. Let's say I want to increase the number of my customer now. I know the 4 years graduate, that's someone that just went to pre-nursery school. Obviously, the person might not even know how to read and write. So I'll not put my advertisement on TV. Sorry, on Twitter, where they can read it. You understand? I will put it maybe on TV or radio where they can listen to it. So in a way, it will be very relatable to them. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Please, if you do understand, can you reply with an emoji? Yeah. Okay, that's just how to make a decision. So we can just sort here, some from largest to smallest, and basically this is what we have here. So we did the same thing for all the table we have here, and when the video drops, when the video drop, you can just watch how we do that. So now let's just look for another one to create another worksheet. You just press on the plus button. So now let's go to the first one. After analysis of data, what's the next thing? Visualization, and that's what we'll be doing tonight. So let's do visualization. From the word visualization, we've made couple of analysis here. Maybe I'll just run us through it. I actually don't think I'll be doing this, but yeah, a lot of people were not on the call last time. So we can see we have something we call count of age. Count of age here, basically, we are just trying to know how many customer we have, and we actually finalize that we have 41,183. So we can see we have more millennials than Gen Z, right? But our growing customer is Gen Z, and we have little elders. That is, they are just people of different of different age groups, right? So we can see we have more of married people, then followed by single people. people that are divorced, most of them are not in our company. So single and married people are the most people in our company here. So if you are trying to do anything, you already know who your audience are. So we also have elders here. We have elders that are in our company. 125 of them are divorced. A lot of them are married, and some of them are single. We can see this married column has the most number in all the age groups. You can see even Gen Z, there are people that are married. That means most of our customer, maybe most of our bank policy favors people that are married. You understand? So if I want to go the number, the customer of this bank, I already know that I have my policy favor marriage. So I may actually just think of how to increase the single policy. And you can actually see a lot of Gen Z that are single are with us. Obviously, a lot of Gen Z should be single. Maybe not a lot. Why looking? Okay, so we have this one. Then we can see not elders are not with us. So instead of to advertise this one, you already know that they are elders, maybe people of 60, 70, 80, something like that. You don't want to put it on Twitter or buzzing social media. You want to put your advertisement on radios, all those type of things, so they can actually join us. So these are the things we actually did. So let's just move to what we want to do. So the first thing as a professional data analyst is that you have to right click here and rename this thing. So what are you trying to do? I'm trying to visualize this. So you can just try it. You can just name this anything, but I'll just name my own visualization, which is good. I mean that just a visual. Yeah, this. Okay. Okay, so remember the first thing we want to do is that we want to make this place look like a drawing board. So you have to go to your view tab, then click on check this off, formula bar. So what is formula bar? These are our formula bar, right? So we want to check this off. So if you check this off, that means this formula bar will be gone. So I'm creating my drawing space small. So headings is just all this column header and all these row numbers, right? I want to check that off again. You can see I'm getting a lot more space, a lot of more space. Then we have grid lines. Grid line are just these cells. I don't want to see cells. I just want to see a clean white space here. So that's why I'll just check these grid lines off. And I actually have my drawing board here. So you can just click on this drop up. Then you actually have your drawing board here. So in start is just sorry, visualization is not something with the standards, right? You just have to create your own standards. You just have to say, okay, this is how I want to do it and stuff like that. So it's not like this how I'm doing it will be the forever standard. It's just like graphic design. So if I design a birthday flyer today, doesn't mean you should copy the same thing tomorrow and next tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. You understand? It's just a concept. You just have to be creative with your own design. So let's just start. Let me say I want to click on my insert. Obviously, I have to go to my insert because anything, maybe diagram, picture that are not inside here, you can only see it under the insert tab. So you want to click on your insert, click on shapes here because here we are trying to draw a gallery of shapes. So you can just do something like this. Our round box here. So we can see we created something here. We are not trying to do this, but you can see this is actually a visualization, and we've made our analysis at the back end, but now this is what we present to our our what do they call it? Our our shareholders, stakeholders, team leads, stuff like that. So now let's just go away from that. Let me see this. So now let's move. So the first thing you want to do is that I did it again. Okay, the first thing you want to do is that you want to edit this thing, right? So how do you edit? You can just right click on this box. So you can see something here, format shape. Please, can someone unmute if they can see my screen or reply with an emoji so I will know you guys are with me, please. Okay. So you can just what is the class between wiki and one another? I don't get the question. Please, can you repeat that? Hello. Okay, let's move on. So just click on this format shape, then you will see a drop up, sorry, a pop up here. So what are you trying to do? We have fill, just click on this drop down. So if you click on no fill, that means this space will be empty. Obviously, you want to click on solid fill. So, but what color do you want to use? We are dealing with bank. Now, let's say we are dealing with, I don't want to choose any bank, sha, but let's just say I'm dealing with bank. But if you are dealing with Fidelity, you have to use their color. If you are dealing with GT Bank, you have to do red and something. If you are dealing with UBA, you obviously know you have to use a lot of red because that's their color. Color is a big thing here. So you just want to click on color. I have various color here, but I don't have my taste here, So I just want to click on more color here. So we have something we call X code. Right, you can see for every color in this world, there is a X code for it. You can see if I click on this green, this yellow, you can see this is the X code, even though this is another yellow, but the S code has differs. So you can just go to your Chrome, right? Just click on something like let's say we are trying to use let's say we are trying to use gray. You can just do something like this, gray and brown. I think that should bank. So you can see we have gray S code. You can see 808080. That's an X code. But I actually want to go to this image. So I can see I have this color here. Let me just go here, you know. Sorry, let me look at something. Um, okay, okay. So let's go here. So let's look at this. Sorry. Okay. So I love this. I love this. So can someone cram this one for me? I think this is this BE. Okay. So you can just go like this and be like, and type the BE. So the hashtag is not actually important like that. So you can just do something like this. BE. Let me remove the hashtag. BE. So you can just click on OK. Then you can actually see you have that color in your Excel. Yeah. So if you should click out, you can see there is a blue thin line here, blue thin border line here. So because I actually don't want that border line, so I'll click on here and I'll click on this box, click on this line. So I don't want any line here, so you click on no line. So if I should click out now, you will see the border line is gone. So we're actually done with the first one. So I want to do, obviously, I want to do some what do you call it? Some skills, maybe some design. Let's just do some things. We call this wireframe. So it's just like where you put your graphs on. So I want this rounded rectangle. So I want my rounded rectangle to be somewhere around here. So to be somewhere around here. So you just have to be careful because I don't like the rounding. It's too round for me. So you can just change it here. Just do something like this, right? Okay, it's taking shape. So you just have to do. You can do the shortcut for format shape instead of right click. Go to format shape here. So you can just do Control 1. Can you see? You still have the format shape. So it's just like the shortcut for it. So the first thing I don't want a borderline here. I think we all know the significance of click, checking loan line here. So I don't want any borderline there. So what will be the color I want to give this? I want to give this um a lighter gray. Yeah. No. Sorry. I want to give this color. Yes, I know. Let's give this another color. The first one. Let's use this one. We have 030303. So let's use that. So let's use something like this, more colors. Click on this one, 030303. Click on OK. Now, what's in a 0? Is D3, D3, D3. Abi? Is it D or 0? Is D3, D3, D3. Um, duplicates. Okay, can you see? This is what we want, right? So that's good. So let's just do a KPI. We call something KPI. I'll explain that later. But let's draw the box here. I'm sorry. Please let me to reduce it. So we have something like this. So we can just do control one. We already know the significance of control one now. So we can just do what the fill. So let's just use this one. Yeah. So you can just do control D. Control D means double. So control D for double. Can you see? Okay. Okay. So you can just do control D here. So these are just simple things, you know. Let's do control one. So let's change this one to this. Oh, there's this person. You know what? Let me just do something like this. Okay. So do you understand how these are being created? Hello. Okay. So so what we just need to do now is what we call, we've done the wireframe. Wireframe is just where the boxes, where the graphs will be. So we've done the wireframe and we are happy with that. Maybe I'll just reduce it a little bit. Okay. You can just reduce this a little bit. So maybe we just need to a little bit, maybe better now. You know. So these are just what we call wireframes. So if you look at the one I've created some other day, so if you actually look at this, you actually see what I'm saying. We have wireframes here. Can you see? This is the wireframe. This is the wireframe. Wireframe is just the box before the behind the graphs. You can see. So we have the wireframe there. So what we've just created there is just the wireframe that will be at the back of the graphs. So okay, let's move on. So the next thing is, okay, how do we actually how do we start our analysis? How do we start representing them with graphs and all? So the first thing is you want to click on this one. So you can just go to your view again and check it off again. Everything, check it off. Check it, because you actually need them. So let's just click on this pin. So can you see we already have our workbook again? So let's click on this one, the first one here. So what do you want to do? We want to represent it with what? With a chart. So you just click on the, what do you call it? You just click on the pivot table. Where is it? Click on the pivot table, then click on inserts, click on recommended chart. Even though we have some recommended chart, it's actually recommending that you get this chart for it, but I actually don't like that. So if you look at line, you can see we have line here. If you look at pi, we get pi here. If you look at bar, we have our bar here. If you look at area, we don't have area here. If you look at scatter plot, there is no scatter plot because when you want to use scatter plot, it is between two variables, two numerical data. This is a categorical data. Sorry, this is a, yes, it is, I'm correct, but I'm just trying to use a simpler English. This is a text data type, and this is numerical data type. So if you want to use scatter plot, it has to be numerical data type as your x-axis and numerical data type as your y-axis. So that's why this thing, that's why this as it is saying you can create the same thing. Also with map, we already know that elders, all this one, they are not a region. So obviously the map will not work. So we have our stock. Can you see? We can create this chart of items. So the same thing with our stock and stuff like that. So we have all this type of what do you call it, of charts. So but in this case you just want to use bar because I just feel like I love this. So click on OK. So we can see our bar. Well, remember this is not where our visualization ought to be. So I just click on this bar, do Control X. Control X just means cut, right? So go to our visual. So I'll click on one of the box here, then Control V, and I can actually see it. So how do we format this particular visualization? The first thing is you actually need to click on this button. You can see we have two buttons here. So you just want to right click on them. Then you can remove hide or feed from button, right? Then click on this grid line. If you click on them, why are we clicking on grid line? The usefulness of this grid line is that when you see 30,000, you can trace it. If you see 20,000, you can trace it, right? But let's say if I remove this 20,000, I can still trace my 20,000 with my eye. So because this thing is making this graph to be shouting. That's why when I say shouting, you have to put it in quotation mark. That is, it is too crowded. You understand? That's why I'm removing some of the unnecessary thing. So you just need to press delete on your keyboard and everything is gone there. So we have this one now. In a way, I actually don't need this. I will tell you why later. So control delete also. So can you see? Now this total, it's not communicating anything. It does not communicate the total amount of people we have here. It's just total. Total is total. So I just want to click on this box, then delete it also. I mean, see, you have a lot of breathing space for our graphs now. For our graph now, sorry. So you want to do something like control one. I believe by now you should know the implication of control one. So the first thing is I don't want a borderline. We already know what a borderline is. Okay. So I want to check off my borderline. That means there won't be any borderline here again. There used to be a borderline there, but now can you see we actually have a borderline. This, if you can see a blue vertical thin line here, right? So you want to check that one off because you don't like that vertical line. You will just click on that line here, then click on no line. Can you see? So if I should click on no line and you should click out, if you click out, can you see that blue vertical line is now gone because you don't want it there. So you can also, if you click on this chart again, you can also see something like the plus button here. So you can see we have different type of thing which you can explore. So we have axis. You can see axis title just means that you want to give a title to, if I should check this one, that means you want to give a title to your x-axis and your what y-axis. If you should see millennia, Gen Z and elders, you as a literate, you already know that okay, maybe this is age range, you understand? So you don't need a title for that. That means you just want to remove everything that's making your chart make noise. So I want to remove my chart title here. So the next thing is we have data labels. So we have data labels. You can see the number of millennia, the number of the number of Gen Z, the number of elders. So you want to retain this because at least if I don't have the x-axis, I can have my data labels here, and I will know the accurate number of each bar. So I want to have this on. So we have data table. So why would I want to have a data table when I already have my data labels on? So we want to check off your data table. We have our error bar. In this case, you are not really dealing with error bar here. So we have our grid line. We already deleted this one, so we don't need it. We have our legend. We don't need the 10. So we have trend line. Trend line is something we use for formatting, sorry, forecasting. So you can see it is forecasting that from elders to Gen Z to millennia, it is going in, is it right? Yeah, it is right slope. So yeah. So we have our trend line because we don't need that one now. So just check it off. So we don't need our axis title, so you check it off. So we do need our chart title because yeah, obviously there has to be a title there. So axis, what's axis? No, we do need our axis. So let me just delete this one again. Okay, what else? Now you can see there is a white space here. And remember, I've already created a box here, which is color gray. So how do I remove this white color here? So you want to click on this box. So instead of giving it a solid fill and changing the color, I actually want to give it what? A no fill. That is, I don't want to give it any color there. If I should click out now, can you see? I can only see the box here and the bars there. You understand? So I just want to click on this one, resize it to fit my box I've designed for it. So can you see we have our box here? So but I actually don't like this the bar color here. So I want to do color one and control one. So we can see, just go to this paint place, go to this place, go to more colors, then go to our Xcode. So I saw a brown I love the other day, 928E85. 928E85. So we have 928E, 8E, 8E what again? 8E85. 8E85. So we want to click on OK. So can we see we have our brown color here? So I think I actually love this. Yeah, maybe not that much, but yeah. Okay. We are getting there. We started. So maybe this color are not banging. I don't know. I'm not feeling it again. But maybe we change it along the way. But let's just continue. This is just the introductory class. Please, do you all understand till this step, or should I go again? Should I go right again? Anyone? If you understand till this step, can you reply with an emoji?
So please, can you go over this part? I think I missed the part of when you change the color. That's what I
Okay,
missed.
well, that's where I change the color, right?
Yes.
That's where I change the color. Okay. It's okay. That's very easy. So I just click on the bar, right? Then I just go to this color here. You can see fill and line. So I just go there. Then click on this solid fill. Click on the the color here. Then click on more color. So I went to online, so I can see a brown color. This stone gray. I like the color. It looks like a brown. So I can just see 9 to 8085, which was what I took. So I just went back to my Excel, went back to my Excel under this color, under this X code. So I wrote 9 to 8385, and it colored all my bars. I clicked on OK, and it colored all my bars. Do you get that, sir? Do you get that?
Yes. Thank
Am
you
I
very much.
audible? Okay. Um, okay. I feel like you are doing too much. Well, yeah, let's just analyze like visualize like two or three. Now let's do the same thing for this one. So just click on this one, go to our insert tab, go to recommended charts. So let's say we want this one now. So you can just click on OK. So because we don't want our visualization on our analysis page, you can just do Control X. In case you don't know the shortcut, just right click, then cut. Right. So go to where is our visual? Okay. So you can just click this box and do Control V. Control V is just paste. So the first thing is all the buttons that are here, you have to right click on them because you're actually running them. So hide all feed buttons on charts. So we don't want this grid line. So I don't want this y-axis because why numbers when I can add my data labels. So the first thing, I don't like this borderline. So in case you don't know the borderline here, so there's actually a borderline here. I think I will visualize it. You can see a blue thin line here. Can you see it? Please reply with an emoji. Let me know if it can see it. I can see it because I'm using a big screen. Can you see like a blue line here? Okay, I think they can. So you just want to click on that, then do this color, click on what? No line. If you should click out now, can you see that blue line has disappeared? So this total, you don't need it, so you delete it. So let's click on the box, click on the view. We don't need the fill. Can you see it's now assuming the background of the pre pre preformed background for it. So let's just resize this. Right. So this solid line now can just go sorry, this was borderline and it was in automatic. So if I actually click out, there's actually like a white background in this thing. If you can look at it cleanly, you actually see what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll drag it to somewhere around there. Can you see like a white background here? Right? So I actually want to remove that borderline. So that's what we call line. So let's drag it here. So I want to click on no borderline here. So if you should look it now, you can see there is no white line here. If I drag it outside and click outside, and you see there is no white line there. So that's how to that's how to format your Excel table, and it will be looking good. It will be looking like a professional one. So now let's just do the same. So you can just click on this bars, go to color again, solid fill, go here, choose the brown. Can you see? That's all. So now let's just do one more, then I will call it a day for today because it's actually a lot. Remember, we have to put a what do you call it? We have to put a chart title here, right? So now let's just do one more. So now let's go back to our analysis. Maybe this one. Just click on a cell, go to your insert, go to you can actually click on this one. Maybe I have not. Maybe I click on something like and you see you have this. I actually like the bar. So we have a bar like this, arranged from the smallest to the biggest. So you can just go to this list. Remember, this is what we are trying to create. So you can just do something like sort largest to smallest, and nothing is happening. So if I actually do smallest to largest, can you see my chart has been changed? So you can just copy this one, Control X, that's for cut. Go to your visual, click on the next box. So we have Control V. So you can just right click on this one, hide off feed button on charts, click on the green line, delete it, delete this one also, delete this, right? Control 1, no fill, can you see? No borderline, what else? Then click on the bars, click on the fill, click on this one, click on the brown, then resize. So do we all get that? Please, do we all get that? So I think I will drop the two recordings today. I know a lot of us are like these are just a lot of new information. I will send the recordings inshallah this night. Please, if I don't send it this night, please can someone remind me tomorrow morning, very early tomorrow morning. So
Will
yeah, I
do,
will
sir.
send it that night. Thank you so much. So I will send it. Hopefully, I actually plan on sending it this night. So when I send it this night, you should try to work it. So next class, we will try to complete it. We try to do some advanced thing because it's just 6 weeks. Honestly, you don't have that much time to waste. So you just need to be updated. You just need to be with the class so you can move with us at the same pace. So we will do some advanced stuff. This thing it looks too basic for me, but yeah, it's there's always a starting point, you understand. So but it looks too basic. So we need to do some advanced function, do some advanced thing, and we need to complete all these charts, do some things here, do all our KPIs, do some advanced that it will not make it look like something like this. Even this one still looks basic, right? I don't know. Yeah, it does look basic. It is very basic actually. So we need to add icons. You can see we have icons here. We need to do. If you actually look at this, if I click on this analysis, can you see it's actually a button? It's not like, can you see? If you click on this data set, it's actually a button. It is working. So this is like intermediate, not that advanced actually. So you have to do some things like this, and you have to be on the same page so we actually understand why are we just creating this analysis. Is it for fun? Maybe we like combinations of color and stuff like that. Okay, till next class. And you know what? I'll do a promo. I actually have a promo to do for us because I like our attendance today. Remember the second class, there was no much people in the class, and I was angry that night. But today we have quite a number of people. So I will actually drop the video on how to on how I started this one. I will send that one also. So that one is actually in two parts. We have the part one, then we have the part two. So I'll send this. That means I will be sending 4 links tomorrow. The first link will be the last class I have not uploaded. That's the first link. Then today's class, that will be the second link. Then the two class for this one, that will be 4 links. So the fifth promo will be that I'm thinking, okay, after you are done, maybe I'll just stop recording. Let me just stop recording. I actually done with the class. So I just want to stop recording.